World of YouTube, Terrible Sight here. I was going to do my emails and I forgot all about this because I've been so busy, but I also needed to look into some stuff, but like I said, I got so damn busy, and this was sent to me like last year or something, and Henry Bedard Jr., also one of the most bizarre cases of not being solved, is just as haunting as any other case, because this kid was brutally beaten with a baseball bat. And I mean, the last thing I did do on this was the baseball bat itself, and due to the fact that there was some insane carving on the bottom of it, who knows? I mean, it looks like Roman numeral numbers. It looks like the Blair Witch symbol hanging from the tree. And there's also Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Was it? With Kiefer Sutherland's father. The movie, I believe, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah. Damn it. In the beginning of that movie, though, I have a video up of it. The symbol on the bat is something similar to comes into the sky when the camera's coming down through the sky, and that big, I hope that's the name of the damn movie. Kiefer Sutherland. I can't say that name. His father played shit. Can't remember his name right now. But I'd have to look that up. But that baseball bat, if you go looking into my search history or look into videos of the Henry Bedard Jr., the baseball bat, that should come up. And I mean, there's a symbol similar to that too in that movie. If that's the right damn one. But the strangest thing of all in this case, and his sister even says it, the one that I believe would be the one that he bought perfume for, of course, being December, it was a gift. And like I said about this kid, he definitely reminded me of a charmer. Picture says 1,000 words, and this kid reminded me of a charmer. Now, very respectful to women, whether or not, I don't know if, and it don't say, but I want to say if he had any, disabilities. And I would like to speak to his family about that. But if he had any mental disabilities, if I ever could get a chance to speak to them, because if that was the case, then that would explain a little bit of why he, did the things he did. Not that he was, I'm not trying to say that he's dumb or anything. I'm just saying that he just was so nice in character, but still, because if he went, and the biggest thing in this case is the route he took home, and he never supposedly would go up into that area, up on the hill near the DPW yard in Swampscott, which I did do a video up there, broad daylight. And I did do a night video there, and I'll tell you something, boy, ever since that video, and this has only happened to me maybe a couple times, but the night I went home, I woke up the next morning, man, I had a nosebleed. And the only other time I did that was, I believe it was once in my old apartment room in Devlin Passway, which I had a strange experience. But also was back in 1986 when I went to the Ozzy Osbourne concert, Ultimate Sin, in the back of a hearse. That's right. Go to the Ozzy concert in style. We don't need no damn limousine. We need a hearse. But on the way home, I woke up, and I believe it's got to do with spirits. I woke up with blood all over the pillow. I fell asleep in the back of the hearse on the way home because it was in New Hampshire. Of course, I did actually find the actual, I should go over that, but the actual poster at the time, who was going to be there, Queensryche, the band Raven. They were, that band was funny. I mean, they were pretty good, but they weren't the greatest. But the drummer, man, was hilarious because every time he'd stop a set he'd kick something over off his drum set, and he made some guy run out and stand up a cymbal stand or kicked over the big tom drum. And he'd come over and pick that up for him. And, he'd be doing all this crazy shit on the stage. Of course, you got to do stuff when you're touring with Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Queensryche, man, they were amazing too, man. But they were the only times that I ever had a bloody nose while coming out of a sleep. And this time, after this, and I caught some crazy red light or orb, a red lighted orb, of course, at this. And I'm about to wonder, maybe, I don't think I mentioned this because I did do a video on this. But after the fact, I wonder if the spirit that did this to him is there. And if this person is dead or whatever evil rolls up in that hill. It is an evil place, I can tell you, because I got that bad feeling not only for Henry Bedard being, brutally murdered there, but there is something else there too, because when I woke up that next day and I looked at the pillow, oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell is this? I woke up in the middle of the night, just thought I had like a runny nose. And I probably had some kind of towel that I usually use for summertime to wipe my sweat. But I thought I had like a runny nose because it was December. But it turned out to be a bloody nose. And like I said, these last bloody noses happened. Of course, one in 86. I believe the next time was like in 88, 89. And I ain't never had one like that since. So whatever the case may be, that to me means something. But I disturbed something up there. And I don't know, man. I might just go back again because I have a new camera that I'm lucky to have gotten my charger port broke out of it, unfortunately. Very pissed off, but I brought it to an awesome place in Leominster. I met this guy that owns a computer shop and everything, and I'm going to do a little video for him and give him some publicity, because did a great job trying to fix my camera, but he couldn't, of course. And yeah, go figure, I go to look into the model number because the model number ain't even on the box and ain't on the camera. Ain't even in the damn directions. Pissed me off. So he made a charger that he made personally for that battery, and he also ordered me a new one I got to pick up, so now I got 2 batteries. And the camera's gonna, hopefully, I'm gonna say that, nothing else happens to it. Because like I said, catching my stuff at Painted Post, catching my stuff at the haunted house on Mount Wachusett, and catching the stuff in the Hoosac Tunnel. That's right, cameras other than that, man, works friggin' great. And I catch some stuff at some other places. But I'm hoping I can use this camera for a good while before I have to get another one, because eventually the ghosts will take over and destroy it, because they're jerks. Can't leave the damn cameras alone. But I want to go back to this place too. Check it out. Like I say, new camera. And I didn't have that back then either. I had two phones, and actually the other phone I had, oh man, it got shut off. It wasn't even recording it somehow. And when I walked away from it, I knew I made sure it was running, and of course them damn ghosts. But we're gonna see what happens with the new camera. So I want to go back there again this December. But the strangeness of this story, and something was mentioned in this that someone had sent me. And I don't know if they wrote this out or this is an actual article, because if you do go down, oops, it does show, I didn't get that, damn it. It does show, article, date, call this number type thing, but in decades since just few facts about the case have been released besides the 31-inch baseball bat. Police found perfume, of course, that was there. And they're saying that and this is in 2011. As you can see, said in 2011. I think this whole article was written in 2011. And of course, there was an incident where he was seen by, Lieutenant Peter Cassidy and Watt. What the hell? Oh, this is something that someone might have wrote, but then are they gonna say no police chief? Two workers at the DPW yard saw him too, had a brief chat, and then he climbed up. Now this is the crazy thing about this case, because there isn't a set abandoned railroad tracks that lay off to the side of the hill. And I should have went up there in the first place, but I gotta find a place to park. Because usually when I go out in the back to the street, man, I don't know, it's just that eerie feeling up in that friggin' hill. And I don't I told the cops I was gonna be up there, the actual lieutenant that's on this case. And I'll have to call her again for this December, but his sister said he never cut through that area. And what is very odd is these two DPW workers, if they did talk to him, and at that point of what they were doing, and I can say that a DPW yard normally in my town, I would say closes at 5 p.m. This is 3:40 in the afternoon. Now, who knows with the times? And that's one thing I would like to know about, is the times of when that DPW yard shuts down. Now, maybe it could have been 4 p.m. But the mere fact that, like I said, I did a video up there, broad daylight, of what it looks like. And I would assume, and it's safe to say that, I want to say Henry was ambushed. Someone told him to meet him up there. He wanted to confront them. That's the only thing I could think of if he didn't take that route all the time. Someone wanted to confront him, but when he got up there, he's probably looking around. There ain't nobody here, and I even said it up there in my video. They could have hid behind some trees. There could have been some trees that were there that are probably, eventually fell down or got, ruined or old, or maybe even cut. But up in that area, it is heavy with some trees that you can, or even brush that you could hide behind and ambush somebody. And that's why I think that he was ambushed. Because if there was an argument or even them two talking, I would assume them DPW workers would have heard something. Especially if the person pulled out the bat and started hitting them. I'm sure Henry would have had all that time to start screaming, but if there was no screams and there was no nothing, man, it's very, aggravating. Right, because this kid's, and he's near houses too. If you go up in that area and they show my videos, man, this house is right on the edge of them woods. I mean, besides it being December, right? Everybody shut down for the winter with their windows. But I would assume someone would have heard some yelping or yelling in distance. And that's how close, and even the kid said it, that grew up living there. He could look out his window and see the spot where it all happened. So, I mean, it's just crazy. And I did go up there, like I said, and saw where the house is set. And, of course, being wintertime, them trees are bare. And you can see through them woods. So, it's just, this is just insane as anything else. Now, like I say, his girlfriend, also with the sister, has made a Facebook page. Maybe, getting someone with memory of that day or, that time, seeing someone coming out of them woods. But that's the thing, too. There is escape routes. Now, of course, one is where the street ends. They can walk out there, but not only that, if you go straight on through, say you're facing the street from the DPW yard, you can go to your right into a backyards, and the hill goes lengthier out that way and drops. So if someone's, and this place is known for kids to hang out. So if someone comes out that way, people in their houses, if there was any houses, I mean, that's another thing. How many houses were there, too, that were built? And I know one of them was, on the road where it ends into the woods, but, if people are going to see someone come down that hill, they go, another kid up there cutting through. Not pay no mind. And right, Henry was found the next day. Of course, because why? Everybody was concerned. Where the hell did he go? And it's just insane. You come up with so many thoughts and theories with this story. But one of it is right. And he used to get picked on by kids. And that's what I'm saying. Of what he really was like. Now, if he was a little charmer back in the day, saying like girls adored him. And, and there's that thing with the girlfriend. How many people would go up to her and say they like her, but she, no, turn them down. And you get them obsessive boys, obsession. Oh, if I can't have you, nobody can. And that's exactly what I think happened. Someone got obsessed with that girl, could have asked her out. And I'm sure she had so many boys back in her day ask her out, she wouldn't be able to pinpoint one of them, because when they're in that secret, dark, silent place, they're just going to look at you and smile and You ain't gonna know who the hell it is. And that's exactly what that person did. They kept it a secret, and it's ran on for many, many years. As you can see, it's like, damn. And these are the cases that stick with you in the brain, and of course will make you go insane. And people, man, still to this day on any case, there's a lot of obsession out there with cases wanting to get solved. And this man is one of them. But sadly to say, who the F it was. Yeah, it's gonna go on for a long time. And yeah, people will probably go crazy before they even solve it. Sucks. But I don't know, this thing that I was sent right here, they were gonna bring it to get analyzed. And they were thinking back then, something's gonna come out of it, but there's nothing new on this. Who knows? The 2 fingerprints on the bat, they know cannot be traced. They never fingerprinted Henry. And hey, the guy that nailed the baseball bat together again, what? BB together again? Well, he's not going to be listed like ever. I don't know what that means. Who knows with them fingerprints? Whether Henry did grab a hold of that bat, try to fight off his attacker. We'll never know. And obviously we'll never know whose it is either, because who knows if this guy is fingerprinted. But if he had the balls and, how can you say it? Intentions of a friggin' killer and do this, who can imagine what he did later on in life for himself? People like that, consider him something like Jack the Ripper. Hide out in the darkness, attack unexpectedly, and never be caught. Insane. Let's sit here and think and think and think. And I know if I was back in this time and what I do today is right, I observe people. I observe their personality. I observe their, I was watching someone yesterday because I was doing DoorDash. I was in Burger King. And this guy was just doing some wacky shit near me. And the way he was just moving around and I had my eyes on him, corner of my eye thing. And I could study him and say, wow, he had some hyperactivity, boy. He just couldn't sit still. And, it's like these things like these, and I think he was off to the ball game with the Woo Sox. The new Woo Sox Stadium. Poor Rhode Island. I hope they don't crumble. Where the Pawtucket Sox used to be, but sucks. But yeah, he was off to that game, but he was just fidgety. And he was by himself, and, and there's a lot of things I do to observe people, especially when they're walking across the street or how they look. Some people got this certain look where they're friggin' got attitude, gonna say something. But that's what I do. I observe people. People that could be crazy, people that could be ready to snap. I'm always looking, always aware. And to have this thought of someone coming up and ambushing me, No can do. Better be prepared, because I keep my eyes in the back of my head. I'm always looking. Always. Because it's stuff like this. But it's insane. Insane. What is on that bat is right. And the clothes. But here we have evidence. Just like, say so, Delphi murders. Still no suspect. Evidence. But no suspect. One of them, yeah, touch fingerprints. Oh, you can't do nothing with. Just like the Delphi murders. We have you, buddy. We're gonna catch you. We know who you are. But we still ask for the public's help. Oh, man. Just like this case, we still ask for the public's help. Whatever was rolling into that dark mind of that boy that day for attacking poor Mr. Henry Bedard Jr. If you're still alive, may you burn in hell. Let alone meet your own demise by the boogeyman. But anyways, I'm gonna get back into this case. Because there's some stuff I gotta look back into. And I'm gonna do a little mapping, more mapping. Because there was something that this person said about more mapping. And there might have been something there in the hill. Which I'm gonna look into too. But you can't know that. And hopefully what is said is true. Well, I can't say nothing until that next video, so you be safe, take care, and always beware, and always be in suspense. You don't know where I'm going to be, where I'm going to bring you. But this is another case, boy, another case that will let you sit and wonder what happened that fatal day to Mr. Henry Bedard Jr. Constantly thinking, who was that assailant? Who was that ambusher? Who was that coward, wimpy little puss that couldn't confront or do things without a weapon? Runs in the back of your mind along with every other case out there. Sad stories, folks. Insane. Out. Oops.